Hi, my name's Phil. I like talking about politics, and in this video I'd like to follow on from the Jill Mortimer scandal yesterday, whereby the Tory MP mentioned an ongoing criminal case in order to push her despicable culture wars. But despite the fact that MPs can generally say what they like in Parliament, could she still have broken the rules in compromising a potential trial? And did the Commons Speaker mess up again? But first, if you'd like to be notified of daily news and politics, please subscribe to the channel. So, as I discussed yesterday, Tory MP Jill Mortimer tried to use the case of a murder in her constituency of Hartlepool, a place she hardly ever visits by all accounts, in order to push Tory culture wars. Mortimer said that the man charged in the stabbing was an asylum seeker and suggested that she wanted asylum seekers, which she, of course, characterised untruthfully as illegal immigrants, out of Hartlepool. Not quite sure why. She doesn't even seem to know where Hartlepool is. But this has raised a question. Could she be in contempt of court? She's not simply commented on an ongoing case, but she's presumed guilt. Now, I'm not a legal expert, but if Mortimer's words could potentially impact the result of a trial, then yes, that could be a contempt of court, which can carry a prison sentence of up to 2 years, under normal circumstances. She has a high profile as Hartlepool's resident absentee Tory MP, and what she said will certainly be reported locally. If that makes it difficult to guarantee a fair trial to the accused, then yes, we would be in contempt of court territory. But some people have supposed that because Mortimer said what she did in Parliament, that she's covered by parliamentary privilege. But not so fast. There are still rules. It's not a blank cheque. Parliamentary privilege exists to allow MPs to raise cases of national or local importance without the fear of vexatious lawsuits, or slaps as we tend to call them these days. So, for example, an MP in the North East calls out potentially shady practices regarding the Teesside Freeport, and those running the scheme cannot sue. Oh, they want to. It was vaguely hilarious to see them urging the MP in question to dare say what he said out in public so they could sue his arse. But he confined his concerns to the House of Commons, so he can do what he likes. This is a perfect example of how parliamentary privilege allows an MP to call something out that they think is very shady without fear of legal reprisals. Yes, it can be abused, but there are still rules. It doesn't allow an MP to do something that would be otherwise illegal, for example. Parliamentary privilege does not cover you from a charge of criminal contempt of court. So if it were considered that Mortimer's statement was making the upcoming trial unsafe, she can be charged with contempt of court and would not be able to hide behind parliamentary privilege. But it is also possible that the Speaker of the House, Sir Lindsay Hoyle, has goofed again. I only say possible, it is of course not certain. Because within parliamentary privilege, there's another term that MPs bent on mischief should learn: sub judice. This is a parliamentary rule which prevents MPs or Lords from referring to a current or impending court case in order that parliamentarians do not inadvertently or otherwise influence the outcome of the case. In 2007, the House of Commons published a note on sub judice to note that members should not bring up matters in debates, questions and motions which are awaiting adjudication in a court of law. Well, the man she referred to has been charged, but I don't think even a trial date has been set yet. It's still very much a case in progress. This should mean that she has breached the parliamentary rules. Even if a court doesn't think it's quite as serious as a contempt of court, she has broken sub judice. However, the sub judice note, published in 2007, also says that it should be at the discretion of the Speaker to decide if the rule has been broken effectively. In fact, it says that the Speaker has the power to tell any MP who seems to be falling foul of the rule to sit down and shut up, or resume his or her seat if you want the parliamentary language for sit down and shut up. That the Speaker, Lindsay Hoyle, did not do this suggests that he was happy that she had good reason for spreading racist misinformation in the House. Either that or he was away with the fairies. As it happens, I have emailed the Speaker's office for clarification here, so there may be a good reason. But it would seem incredible to me, given that there is a specific rule requiring MPs not mentioning ongoing criminal cases even going as far as to give it a fancy Latin name, if I were to be persuaded that racist dog whistling was a valid reason for being made a special case. It is perhaps something that, if there were enough public consternation over the event, the Speaker's office could look at again. Maybe the Standards Commission could investigate. But in reality, I think, because the Speaker seems to have power of discretion with the application of this rule, and he failed to object at the time, I suspect that Mortimer will not face any action over this. But just to be clear, just to clear up the fact, parliamentary privilege doesn't protect her. If she gets away with it, which I guess she probably will, it won't be because of parliamentary privilege. If what she said amounts to a contempt of court, she can be charged. She did also break a specific parliamentary rule in mentioning the case, but it is a rule that the Speaker has discretion to allow, it would appear. Another low for our Parliament if red meat politics is considered a valid reason to breach a long-standing parliamentary rule by a Speaker who makes a fuss about claiming to be a stickler for the rules and conventions of the House. But there we are. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. Hope you found the video interesting. If you did, please click the like button. And if you'd like to support the channel further, the join button for memberships. And until next time, I'll see you later.